Hello everyone, it is Wednesday, March 20th, 2024, and it is time for another Facebook Live. I do this every Wednesday night. Let me get this, I always come live on my page, but let me go get this shared to my group too, in case somebody is looking for it there. So give me just a minute to do that, and I will give you some time to find the video. So if you're new to this, I do this every Wednesday. And okay, I had to make sure I knew which card. I give away the card from the previous week's video. So last week we made this fun Celebrate card with some new online exclusives. And this paper is a new online exclusive. So at the end, I will tell you who won that. I also have some swaps from OnStage, and I'll show you. Sorry, I was clicking on my video or on my laptop. I can't do two things at once. And I will show you some of them too. But first we'll make a card. So if you're not aware, these beautiful colors, let me just pull them all out in the ink so you can see them. I love all these colors, and I love them together too. These will all be retiring at the end of April. So Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, and Starry Sky. These are what we call in colors, and they are good for 2 years. So these came out 2 years ago in 2022, so this is their last year. So at the end of May, they will go away. All right. Whoops. No, that might be okay. Oh, my laptop seems to be really far behind. Okay. I better quit watching it. It will confuse me. Hey, Betty. So if you don't have these colors, I did not look before I got on today, but you might want to go ahead and pick these up. If you have the ink pads but not the refills, grab those refills now. Those are one of the first things that sell out when colors are going out. All right. So you can see I made one in each of the in colors that are going away. And then I had y'all vote, and I had just 2 colors and 1 vote for each. And so I just did a random number. So I'll show you which one we're going to do in just a minute. Let me get these out of the way. So we're going to use the Rock Star. So this is one of the retiring sets. The retiring list just came out this week, and I have not had a chance to post it on Facebook, but I will. This is one of the retiring sets, both the stamp set and the dies. So there are the dies that go with it. Those are both retiring. So if this is something you're interested in, I don't think it... Now the stamp set, I'm just looking at my list. No. The dies will be 10% off starting April 9th. So you can wait until then and hope that they don't go out. But actually, if you buy the bundle, you save 10%. So that really doesn't save you anything. So you might as well get them now and get the 10% off the whole thing. And then you don't have to worry about them selling out before April 9th. So this is what we're using. It also has some fun paper that goes with it. And what's really nice about this paper, one side is, kind of goes with the stamp set, but then the other is just really nice. And even some of them are just black and white on both sides. That one is what we're using tonight. So I love a good black and white paper. Isn't that fun? Let's see if I got them all. There's the other side of that one. Yeah. So you can never go wrong with black and white paper. I hope Stampin' Up! Always has some good black and white paper available. All right, so the 2 colors that were voted on were Parakeet Party and Tahitian Tide. So I just did a random number, and the Tahitian Tide won. Whoa! So, where did I put my, here we go. I have all my pieces already cut. Hopefully I won't lose any of these little ones. So this is the designer series paper. Oh, I did forget to mention, after this video is done, then I will put a blog post up that has all of the dimensions. So you don't need to worry about trying to figure out what they are. So I'm going to take the Tahitian Tide and one of my blending brushes and just get it. And I like to start off and then come on. And you can do this as dark or as light as you want. And I did it in these two corners. So both of the corners on the right side. You can do this however you want. Excuse me. And then I did it kind of on this side over here on the left side. So it kind of makes a triangle. Ooh, pretty colors. All right. We are done with that. Now what I love, one of the things I love about Stampin' Up! Is the color coordination. So you have the ink in the Tahitian Tide. You have cardstock in Tahitian Tide. And you have blends, which we're going to use here in just a minute. But let's get these things put on first, and then we'll color our guitar. So I'm just using my Stamp and Seal. Put this on my Tahitian Tide card base. And then this is actually the bottom. I don't know if it's this one, but you know, it's cut off of one of the edges of this. When you cut this designer series paper, so this is 4 inches across, and then designer series paper is 12 inches, so you can get 3 cuts of that, or 3 columns of that, and then you can get 2 card fronts for each of those strips, and that leaves like a, I don't know, 2-inch or 1.5 at the bottom. And so I just cut those in half, and then we'll just use that, turn it over and use that. So a good way to use up all of your designer series paper. Use those little strips. You could put it on the inside if you'd rather. I decided I wanted it down here. Scoot that over just a little bit. There we go. All right, and then before I do my coloring, let's do our, oh, I almost lost a star. It's sticking to my white. There we go. So I have just a scrap of basic white and my Memento black ink pad. And we're going to stamp this. And I don't have to worry about it being straight. I think it will fit on this scrap just fine. There we go. Now we'll take our snips and just cut this out. Because I didn't want it to be too big. There's so much else going on in that car that I just, and this is a, you know, a fairly good sized sentiment. So I'm thinking I'm definitely going to have to keep one of these to give to my son Michael. He used to play bass guitar as well as piano. I don't know that he has time to do much of that anymore with 2 young sons, but someday he may be able to again. You can see this is an easy one to cut out. Around that. All right. Now we have our sentiment. All right. 1, 2. Oh, there it is. One star keeps wanting to stick to other things. Okay. I did fail to mention I have a piece of vellum. And I just took a little bit of adhesive there, and I just put it right in the middle. And we'll put our vellum on. And I did it just in the middle because our guitar will go over that. So we don't have to worry about the adhesive showing through. All right, now we have our guitar. So I will take, these are the Tahitian Tide blends. These are alcohol based, so you want to be sure you use water-based ink when you're coloring with them. And that's what our memento is. And actually all of our, except for the craft white, I don't know what it is. They're all water-based. So I have used my blends with our colored ink pads too. So I'm just going to color all of this in the light. This is the light Tahitian Tide. And I'm using the brush tip. And actually, I'll leave that. Now I'm taking the dark. And so I'm just going to add a little shading, like right by the neck. And then I just kind of went all the way down the side where these other lines are. And then around the bottom. And then a little bit over here by the neck there. And then you just go back with your light and just kind of blend that out. And then same thing over here. I have to be a little bit more careful here since it's skinnier. And there you go. Now I did do one other thing. I'm sure it doesn't show up on camera very well because it just never does. But I used Wink of Stella on the white part. Because, you know, rock stars want to have bling too. There we go. So in person, that makes it nice and sparkly. All right. Then I used dimensionals to put this on. So I used a couple of our regular size dimensionals. And then on the neck of the guitar, I used some mini dimensionals. There we go. And then I also used, let's get our sentiment back in here, a couple of regular size dimensionals on the sentiment. All right, so let's pull all these backs off. I don't know if I got those. Yep. And then I just kind of put it at an angle. And that vellum just helps give a little bit of definition behind it so it doesn't get so lost in the designer series paper. And then our sentiment just kind of goes right down here, and it can overlap your guitar a little bit. And then I cut, these are, so this was die cut with the dies from the set, and then these little embellishments I cut out of the, this paper. Then I have to grab it. The holographic trio, which I don't, yeah, it's gonna look really crazy on that. But that's what this is. And so I die cut 3 lightning bolts, and the stars are in one die. So it cuts out all 3 of these in one die. Okay. I found it easy enough, and I'm just using liquid glue. Thank you, Betty. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, your husband would like this too, wouldn't he? So I found with the lightning bolts, it was easy enough to put a little bit of the liquid glue on the back of them. Now, you do want to be careful when you're doing any type of foil, putting liquid glue on foil, to not get any on the front because it will just make a mess. So a little bit. There we go. I think these are supposed to represent like the sound coming off of the guitar. I don't know. I just thought they were fun. There are some embellishments that go with this set that have these lightning bolts and have stars, but the colors weren't, the colors weren't what I wanted to use with these. They're like yellow and white and green, but not what would look good with these. Now for the stars, I'm going to do a little bit different. I'm going to put little dots of glue on the card and then use my take your pick tool to pick up the star and put it on there. So just hold it for a minute until it grabs it. And that's it. We are done. Isn't that fun? I love that holographic paper on there. And I wish you could see the Wink of Stella because it does make it shinier. That is it. So somebody will win this card next week. Last week, and I don't remember the name of this. It's a new online exclusive. Oh, good. I'm glad you have this set, Betty. I should have known you would have it. It's a new online exclusive. And so the winner of this, I didn't even put it on here. Oh, dear. I'll have to let you know because I didn't write it on there. So I'll have to do it again. All right. Let me show you. I'm just going to grab a stack of swaps that I received. I did not take them out of the plastic, so we will see if they will show up. But I went to Onstage last week. You probably saw the pictures. We had a blast. The only disappointment was, so Patience and I both reached our $100,000 sales, career sales, and we thought we were going to get to walk together. Well, you had to do it by the end of the Stampin' Up! Year, which was the end of September. And so Patience did, but I didn't reach mine until January of this year. So I'll get to walk next year. So we did not get to walk together. We had both bought rhinestone boots to match. I mean, we were so excited. So that didn't happen, but next year I'll walk. We celebrated her this year. It's all good. All right. So I took 40 cards with me. I made, and I think I posted them last week, 20 of each of 2 different cards. And then I came back with 39, I guess, because I did put one card up. They have a place to post your swaps for Stampin' Up! And so I did put mine up there. But these are some of the ones I received. So this is the hot air balloon. Oh, good. It's not glaring too bad if I hold it just right. And this is from Donna. I'm not going to say their full name because I don't know if they want me to. And if hopefully they all have. This is from Lorene. Isn't that pretty? I haven't used this set yet. I need to. She did, I think, some maybe gold embossing there. I'm not sure how she did that little dot there. Oh, it's probably our those little liquid things. This is from Paula. If they say where they're from, I'll tell you. Neither of those do. Isn't that cute? What a fun birthday card. This one's absolutely beautiful. It doesn't have a name on the outside. But they gold embossed and then they colored the flowers. And it has this beautiful navy and gold ribbon. A little bit of glare on that one, but isn't that pretty? This one is Khaki. So Khaki is a part of the group that went. Isn't that cute? Really cute. And this is from Kim. She's from Erie, Pennsylvania. I have this set and I still haven't used it. I need to get it out and use it. But I love how she put some ink around the outside to make it kind of look like an old map. Isn't that fun? This is from Amanda. She's from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Look at that hummingbird. Isn't it beautiful? And the flowers. Very nice. And the last one just happens to be using the same set I used tonight. And this is from Randy. Doesn't have a city. But there's some of that nice background paper and some nice silver. So there's a few. I'll show you some more next week. But I think that's it for tonight. I have to be sure I set those aside so I know I've already shown you those ones. But there are all of our colors. And then next week somebody will win the Tahitian Tide. And I'll put a comment on this video and tell you who won last week's card because I just didn't get it done. I think I forgot to draw. I was worried about drawing or, figuring out the color for this, and then I forgot to do that for the winner. So I will do that and post that for you. All right, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week. Bye.